I'm just trying to figure out if that was funny or not. Yeah, because if she's talking about a specific Yolanda, it's not funny. But if she just went and grabbed Yolanda out of the thin air, not bad.
Go attack her, Yolanda.
Rant on, Pookie. Hey, shout out to all of our subscribers and members here on the channel. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. Now, we've discussed a number of different groups in this space this year.
Hope your day gets better.
Shut the fuck up!
Positive energy.
But one group we have yet to address and has been having a bit of a tough time has been white women. And why wouldn't they? This is exactly what happens when you listen to Nikki Haley and Megyn Kelly.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself.
I mean, you knew that your own bodily autonomy was on the ballot in November, and in just the first few weeks after Donald Trump's taken office, we've seen DEI eliminated, which you refused to admit you were one of the main beneficiaries of. We have seen Medicare and Medicaid slashed. We've seen SNAP benefits eliminated. We've seen cuts to the Department of Education. And we got a guy up at the State Department who declares that competent white men must be in charge. And that's not to mention the SAVE Act and whatever else we have coming around the corner. So, how y'all doing?
Wow, black women don't like being called aggressive, do they?
That's how we gonna start? So we gonna start by attacking black women. That's how we gonna start. Okay, black women do not like being called aggressive. Should I? You know what I mean? Oh, you got it?
And so to those that are not aware, yes, the term aggressive can be very, very offensive because it's associated with angry black women. We might just state our opinion, and while another person might be called assertive, we get called aggressive. She asked what other terms she should be aware of, and you know what I told her? Google is a powerful tool.
I guess it's kind of like white people don't like being called racist all the time. I see the videos that are being made about me that are, blowing up. What are they on, like 500,000? 500,000, and they're sending all the angry people over here to attack my page, and they say, oh, this lady's page is scary. This Pepper's page is scary because she's outright defending white people. She's the problem.
Well, see, the issue with the aggressive is when it is misplaced. If you are, in fact, not racist, then I can see and accept you having an issue with being called racist. When you start your video with black women don't like being called aggressive, seems like that might fit. It seems like you should probably just go ahead and embrace that.
Why is it every time a white person's video on TikTok blows up, they show up in groves of 1,000? Excuse my hair, I was outside doing stuff. They show up in the thousands to attack you.
Who is they?
Like I ain't got no name or something.
Cause I didn't get the call. Yeah, I didn't get when they put the hologram or the hot comb up in the air for all the black people to come. I didn't get that one to attack your page. And let me find out that this is a black thing. Oh, that is crazy. So you mean to tell me that that all of those bots that Elon be assembling to attack people, those are Nigerian bots? Is that what that is? Are those Nigerian bots? Okay. That must be the H-1Bs that he was asking for, those special skills that he was talking about. Yeah, so that's crazy.
That's why white people can't speak up. That's why people can't tell the truth, because clearly me saying black women are aggressive struck a nerve.
Come to think of it, does that mean the people that be on my page are black people too? Man, I'm going to have to take that up with the NCAACP. Yeah, because that's not acceptable.
It struck a nerve. But all I see is aggression. Making fake pages about me, saying, "Oh, we got to take care of this Pepper lady. She's saying she's proud to be white. She's giving white people a place to go to and talk openly and talk freely."
That is exactly what we've been missing. I've been thinking that exact thing. There is not a place where white people can go and talk openly and freely. You know what I mean? It's not. You know what I mean? Unless it's like, I don't know, like a board meeting or something, or a cabinet meeting, or a congressional meeting, senatorial meeting, governor's meeting, mayor's meetings, councilman's meetings, 4-H club, Boys and Girls Club, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, a PTA meeting, Pop Warner, Little League, the grocery store, church, traffic, Taylor Swift concert, Drake concert.
We have to get rid of her. Go attack her, Yolanda. The thousands of you must show up over there and shut her page down right now.
Hey, is she talking about a specific Yolanda?
Go attack her, Yolanda.
I'm just trying to figure out if that was funny or not. Yeah, because if she's talking about a specific Yolanda, it's not funny. But if she just went and grabbed Yolanda out of the thin air, not bad.
Go attack her, Yolanda.
Rant on, Pookie.
Because I can say I'm proud to be black all day long. But if she says she's proud to be white, and guess what? I'm part Mexican, so I can't be racist. Remember? You made up the rules.
Well, that would be, I think what you're talking about is people who say that black people can't be racist because we don't have the power to actually affect people's lives and use those discriminatory feelings against you. So you being half Mexican wouldn't matter as much as what you identify with. And I don't know you, but you're talking about spaces for white people to speak freely and opened up with black women don't like being called aggressive. So, sounds like you identifying with the white side, which would mean, yes, according to the very rules that you state, you absolutely can be racist. And you are.
Go attack her, Yolanda. That's TikTok's problem. I am going to vent because I'm very upset because I've seen you come after many white women. Every time they stand up for themselves and that video goes viral, what happens? Thousands of you guys show up and report their pages. And guess what? On my big page, I want every video back and I will remain on private. So keep sending me friend requests because I wasn't born yesterday. I am allowed to have a page and speak freely just like you do. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks. Because there's plenty of you guys out there hating every day on white people. If I choose to say I love them and give them a safe space to come to and speak to me every right just like you do. We're Americans. So keep spreading your hate and sending everybody over to attack everybody who dares stand up for themselves. That's really all I have to say about that. Actually, the aggression is at an all-time high. So, you don't want to be called aggressive, but clearly you act like it.
I have to wonder what percentage of American society you would need to capture to not feel like you're being restricted and you don't have safe spaces. Like 104? Right? Is that what you trying to hit 108%? Once we get 100, what was it? What was it Donald Trump said about all of the immigrants took 117% of the jobs? Is that the number that you need? Where you won't feel oppressed? And granted, I imagine you probably won't listen to me. Of course, you're not racist. Why don't you take it from one of your own?
Ooh, a lot to unpack here. At first, I had no intention of responding to this comment. And then I thought this could be a good opportunity to call in my fellow white people. Let's have a chat. My expectations aren't high, but I hope that you choose to stick around with an open heart, mind, and ears. No one on the face of this planet has ever asked you or I to apologize for the color of our skin. We didn't request to be born with white skin. We didn't own enslaved peoples. We didn't create a white supremacist world. But guess who did? Our ancestors, our people. And it's a world that we benefit from, not because we're exceptional, not because we were born inherently better than somebody who has darker complexion, but solely because we were born into a world that puts whiteness on a pedestal. In the same way that Black, Indigenous, and other people of color did not request to be born into a world that oppresses them solely because of the color of their skin. Therefore, it is our jobs to both disrupt and dismantle those systems. Imagine with me for a second a world where white people came to this realization together. And instead of getting defensive when someone brings up that something we have said or done is racist or harmful to their community, that instead of centering ourselves in literally everything, we actually just stepped back and listened, that instead of pretending like we have been told to feel sorry for the color of our skin, that we instead had a fire lit inside of us. And we said, you know what? You didn't create this world that we live in. I didn't create this system in this world that we live in. Let's fucking dismantle it together. Just imagine what we could accomplish. Unfortunately, that might be a pipe dream, because instead what we do is ignore, deflect, make excuses, and uphold white supremacy because it benefits us. So no, I'm not going to apologize for being white, but what I will do is use that whiteness, use that leverage to help tear this shit down, because I'm tired. Black people are tired. Indigenous people are tired. White people, let's do better.
Now, that was well said. And when you finish with your lesson, you might want to sit down, because it's quite a few things that you actually can learn and you would have known before, and you wouldn't be in this position.
You already know what time it is. All rise. Court is now in session. Now let's get to open arguments. Everything that's going on in this country right now, especially with regard to this current administration, is the direct result of white women's laziness, cowardice, and incompetence. Or as the French would call you, les incompetents. Bonus points if you get that reference.
Oh, you know I did. One of the many movies from my childhood that would have been solved with a cell phone. Home Alone.
As white women, you have a direct connect to white men, which means that you have been and you still are in the very rooms where conversations are had, plans are hatched, and decisions are made, and yet you do nothing. As far as the trickle-down patriarchy is concerned, your only perk is your white privilege, and you are so desperate to hang on to it that you stay silent. And instead, you choose to ride the coattails of the very white men that's taking away your fucking rights and are actively working to take away your freedom.
In other words, y'all failed. And if you don't want to take it from her, take it from her.
Good morning, guys. So as I drive to the gym, I just wanted to hop on here and just say a few things. I am devastated with where we are with this administration. Upset to the core. I have brown and black friends. I have gay friends. I have trans friends. And I am literally astonished, although I don't know why, right? I mean, Trump, Project 2025, they told us what they were going to do. But as white women, for some reason, well, I know the reason. I'll get to that. But we didn't do our jobs. We didn't support our daughters' rights, right? We didn't support our own rights because we waited passively for a man to tell us how we should vote. And again, I'm not one of those. But for the majority, I promise you that is what happened. So all of my friends on TikTok that are asking what happened to the white woman vote, I truly, truly feel like that's what happened. We waited for our male leadership, our husbands, our boyfriends, our fathers to tell us how we should feel about the Trump administration. And then we acted accordingly. For me, I'm going to do everything I can in my communities and my state to make sure that I'm not a passive participant in the craziness. So I just want my brown and black friends, my gay and trans friends to know I'm a safe space. I'm doing everything I can do to love you and support you and to make this country a better place, because America has never been great. I'm sorry to tell my white followers that think America needs to be great again. It was never great. It's never been great for everyone. It's only been great for people that have white skin. So don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. And love everyone.
And yet and still, you manage to possess the caucasity to walk around like you Mary Magdalene. Meanwhile, you just gave white men the keys to the very kingdom that they've been building this whole time in front of your face. White women are not rooted in reality nor realness. You're rooted in perception, which aptly explains why you're so selfish, self-centered, and self-serving. And it is because you are rooted in perception that you don't like confrontation and you don't like being called out. Because upon doing so, the fallacy that you've created for yourself is immediately destroyed. And so your immediate knee-jerk reaction is to pull out the white women tears or the unity card, or sometimes it's a combination of both.
Oh, we've all seen that before. We have all seen that before. But the good thing is, not only are they aware of its weaponization, but they are actually starting to call each other out for it. Finally.
White women, have you heard this question being asked by black women? Would they rather be in a boardroom with a white man or a white woman? And they're choosing white man. The creators, Portia, White Woman Whisperer, and a few more have been having this discussion, and it's been kind of controversial. One of their pages, actually, maybe a couple, have gotten demonetized and taken down as a result. But as I'm thinking about it, something really hit me. One of the creators had a video about how white women's tears are dangerous. And this is because, in their point of view and in their explanation, when a white woman cries, it can activate the violence of white men. I've been processing this a lot. As I've been processing it, I remembered and thought about the story of Emmett Till. And when I have heard that story, out of all the people involved, out of all the violence and all the horror, there's one person that has always made my blood run cold, and that is the woman who lied about Emmett. The white woman who claimed that she was in danger or that she was offended or whatever by Emmett. Maybe it's because the violence of the men didn't surprise me or has happened a lot. And the deception of this woman did surprise me and did seem so insidious and so dangerous and so scary. She broke this norm that I feel like we all have, this underlying value of protecting a child. She broke that in order to call into action the violence of her partner. Whether she was trying to make him jealous or whatever the theories are. I mean, there's a lot of theories about why she would have done it. Maybe she felt unsafe from him as well. Whatever it was, that has always been the scariest part of that story for me, and the most disgusting part of that story, and the most surreal, just chilling part of that story. So then in a very small way, it makes sense now. That is scarier that thought of a woman betraying that trust is scarier to me as well. Maybe that's a tiny part of what they're feeling. And so I guess what I'm just saying is processing this, thinking about it, and realizing that I have the same reaction in some small way can help it make sense and not be offensive. Like, these lessons come little by little, for me, they have at least.
You seem to be under this impression that this is the time for Black women and white women to stand together as one and unite. So my question to you is, as it pertains to said unity, which Black women would you like to unite with? Is it the Black women such as myself that you're so quick to call loud, aggressive, and ghetto whenever we assert ourselves with you? Or we say or do something that you don't like or understand, even though it wasn't meant for you in the first place? Is it the Black women that you call welfare queens, knowing full well that the largest recipients of government assistance are white? Is it the Black women that you report to HR because we don't say good morning to you? Or smile on command to appease you? Or tell you what we do on our weekends off because that's our personal business and you're not entitled to that information? Is it the Black women that work in retail and customer service that you not only berate, but falsely report to management and corporate because you don't get the refund, discount, or level of service you demanded, oftentimes resulting in us losing our livelihoods? Is it the Black women, the overqualified Black women in corporate America that you consistently lie on, sabotage, and steal promotions from because you know your mediocrity would not get you the position otherwise? Is it the same Black women that you treat condescendingly the moment you don't get the immediate praise and gratitude you seem to think you're entitled to? Is it the Black women whose style and aesthetic you carbon copy only to repackage and rebrand it as something you invented? Is it the Black women whose content and creativity you steal verbatim and profit millions of dollars off of it? All the while refusing to both credit and compensate the very Black women you stole from. Are those the Black women that you would like to unite and stand as one with you?
And by the way, this is Bitch Happens on TikTok because I refuse to be the white woman in this situation.
As far as divisiveness is concerned, you hypocritical assholes are the common denominator, and you always have been. White women are the creators of exclusivity, and by extension, division. For centuries, up until present day, white women continue to orchestrate the plot and then immediately pretend to not understand the plight. You are not the victims you're desperate to be. You're the perpetrators. This case is not closed, but court is adjourned. Have a day you deserve.
But I can tell you this, they don't receive exclusivity or division particularly well.
Positive energy.
Just went down the side of TikTok where the Black female creators have created a little club and they've left us white women out of it. Can y'all believe that? And I'm here to tell you, if that upsets you, if it pisses you off that we white women aren't invited, you're the reason. You're the reason we don't get invited to the club. You have the night you deserve. Bye-bye now.
Now, it does look like there actually might have been some movement since these conversations have been had online. The question remains why it took the complete erosion of our democracy for it to occur. And that is why you are here today being discussed alongside the groups that I named at the very beginning. We could have avoided all of this, but instead, You had to find out. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We have reached a new subscriber milestone, and they're each significant in their own way.
You is kind, you is smart, you is important.
It's the community that's been built around this channel, whether it's you guys' comments and going back and forth during the premieres, or it's whether it's you guys' comments on the actual videos, or you guys sharing the content. Those are all things that have helped this channel reach the level that it is right now, and it is those things that will allow it to continue to succeed and thrive. So I just wanted to say thank you. Some of your comments and some of your emails, and by the way, if you want to email me, admin@reesewaters.com, if you want to make sure that I have to see something that you have to say, or if you have a suggestion for content, some of your comments and your emails have been so incredible. I actually will start responding to them, not just via the comments or via email, but here on the content itself, because it warrants that. Of course, if you would like to join this channel, there's a link to membership in the description box to all of the videos. And of course, be sure to check out my second channel, Way of Waters, where I'll be dropping content on a regular basis as well, trying to find some level of peace. That's where you first got me messed up. She gave him to him, another man, like I'm not gonna get roasted. I ain't found it yet. I'm looking for it. That's what the channel is for.